Greetings, I'm Trump, astronaut, skeptic, and reluctant storyteller of doomsday tales, broadcasting from the crow's nest, a pile of scrap metal in Earth's orbit. Have you ever wondered what would happen if Europe, the land of espresso, ancient castles and free Wi-Fi, plunged into total darkness for 7 days? On April 28, 2025, a mysterious energy pulse turned that dream into a nightmare, and I witnessed it all. From street chaos to eerie cosmic signals, this story will make you shiver and wonder, how safe are we really? How? Please subscribe now to not miss the chilling secrets I'm about to reveal, and join me in diving into the abyss where light dies and the stars whisper words no one wants to hear. A summary. Days 1 to 3. Day 1. On April 28, 2025, a mysterious energy pulse collapsed Europe's power grid, starting in Spain and Portugal, spreading to France, Germany, and Italy. Madrid went dark, Plaza chaotic with flickering flashlights, Lisbon's subways became tombs, and Paris turned into a refugee camp at the airport. The pulse originated from Tromsø, Norway, causing control screens to flash strange symbols. X exploded. EMP, UFO. Trump from the crow's nest rated it 8/10 for chaos, but the eerie green sky stole the show. Day 2. The blackout spread across 27 EU countries, riots torching the Thames, Berlin's supermarkets looted bare. Madrid's hospitals ran out of fuel. Amsterdam saw an unnatural green-purple sky. The pulse intensified, causing hallucinations of ghosts in the sky. Paris hacker Mia called it a cosmic signal, sparking pilgrimages to Tromsø. Trump rated it 9/10 for the eerie light show and X's conspiracies. Day 3. Europe was desperate. Paris burning under Molotov cocktails, Berlin's Reichstag a fortress. Bavarian farmers formed militias. The Alps became refugee camps. The Tromsø expedition vanished, screaming of lights in the ice. Lena in Helsinki found geometric patterns in the signal, hinting at an alien origin. Trump rated it 9/10 for human creativity facing doomsday. Europe sank into darkness, the Tromsø signal pushing the continent into supernatural chaos, opening an unsolved cosmic mystery. Subscribe now to follow the chilling continuation. Day 4. The abyss stares back. By the 4th day, Europe was unrecognizable. Cities were husks, their skylines dark except for flashes of violence. In Vienna, the opera house became a makeshift hospital, its chandeliers useless, its stage a morgue. In Prague, the Charles Bridge turned into a stronghold, with gangs fighting over scraps. The blackout's consequences were merciless. Without water, sanitation collapsed, and rumors of cholera spread in Budapest. Food was a memory, replaced by desperate bartering. Jewelry for bread, guns for canned beans. The pulse was now a constant hum, felt in bones and dreams. In Helsinki, scientists set up telescopes to track the lights, only to find they weren't auroras but something else. Patterns, geometric and deliberate, like a language written in photons. Putin calculated, signal complexity suggests non-terrestrial origin. Probability of intelligent design, 67%. I glared at the AI. Now you say we're dealing with aliens, where's the welcome party? On the ground, hope dwindled. In Lisbon, a radio DJ broadcast from a battery-powered station, urging calm.
We're Europeans, she said. We've survived wars, plagues, disco. We'll get through this.
Hours later, her signal cut off, replaced by static. In Dublin, a priest led a procession through darkened streets, praying for light. They were ambushed by raiders, their candles snuffed out. I leaned back in the crow's nest, staring at Earth's blackened face. Europe, you were once a shining star, I muttered, slipping into Vietnamese for nostalgia's sake. Now you're a graveyard and no one knows why. Rating? 10/10 for despair, but I wasn't ready to write the epitaph yet. Day 5. The Light Kingdoms. By the 5th day, Europe was a patchwork of light kingdoms, tiny enclaves powered by scavenged generators or solar panels. In a Polish village, a farmer named Marek turned his windmill into a power hub, charging batteries in exchange for food. His compound, surrounded by barbed wire, was a fortress against raiders. In Tuscany, a vineyard became a commune, its solar panels guarded by former soldiers. His compound, surrounded by barbed wire, was a fortress against raiders. In Tuscany, a vineyard became a commune, its solar panels guarded by former soldiers. In Oslo, physicist Ingrid called it a cosmic handshake, a signal from a dead star or an ancient probe. Her broadcast went viral on the last scraps of the internet, inspiring a pilgrimage to Tromsø where the signal was strongest. Thousands trekked north, defying frost and bandits, chasing rumors of salvation. Putin scoffed. Human behavior, 89% irrational under stress. I retorted, yeah, Putin, but irrationality is what keeps us alive. In the crow's nest, I hacked into a military satellite, catching glimpses of Tromsø. The Arctic ice glowed, not with auroras, but with something deeper, like a pulse from Earth's core. I saw shapes, perhaps towers, perhaps ruins, etched in the snow, visible only under the strange light. Day 6, the pilgrimage. By the 6th day, the pilgrimage to Tromsø was a flood. Survivors from across Europe, starving, frostbitten, desperate, converged on Norway's Arctic coast. They carried candles, torches, even glowing smartphone screens, a river of light winding through the snow. Some called it salvation, others a trap. In the crow's nest, I watched their progress, a glowing thread against the black. Humans, I said, chasing hope like moths to a flame. Bet it burns. The pulse was deafening now, a symphony of frequencies scrambling radios and minds. In Paris, a hacker group intercepted signal fragments, claiming they contained code, alien, ancient, or both. They broadcast it, and listeners reported visions, glass cities, fiery skies, voices whispering in unknown tongues. Putin analyzed the code. Structure suggests non-terrestrial origin. Similarity to Voyager probe signals, 23%. I laughed bitterly. Great, we're getting spam from the cosmos. On the ground, the light kingdoms began to collapse. Marek's Polish fortress was overrun by a rival militia, its windmill destroyed. The Tuscan commune burned when a generator exploded, survivors fleeing into the night. In Athens, the Light King was assassinated, his warehouse looted. Society wasn't just crumbling, it was evaporating. I turned my telescopes to Tromsø, where the ice glowed fiercely, pulsing in sync with the sky. The pilgrims arrived, thousands strong, only to find a crater, its edges lined with crystalline structures humming with the signal. Some knelt, praying, others ran, screaming about the end. I leaned forward, heart pounding. Putin, that's no natural formation. What's down there? Day 7, the reckoning. On the 7th day, Europe was a shadow. Millions were dead. Cholera, starvation, violence. Cities were husks, their streets ruled by warlords or ghosts. The pilgrimage to Tromsø reached its climax as the crater's light erupted, a column of green fire piercing the sky. It wasn't aurora or lightning, it was a gateway, a tear in reality. Pilgrims vanished into it, their screams echoing across every radio frequency. Others stood frozen, awestruck, as humanoid shapes moved in the light, not quite human. In the crow's nest, my screens fritzed, overwhelmed by the signal's intensity. Putin rebooted, spitting out, "Energy surge detected. Dimensional anomaly probability 94%. I yelled, "Speak plain English, Putin, is that a portal?" Then it happened. The signal peaked, and parts of Europe's grid flickered back to life. Not all, but enough. Lights blinked in Lisbon, Berlin, Rome, but they weren't normal. Streetlights glowed green, screens displayed glyphs, and radios sang with voices no one understood. The Tromsø gateway pulsed, and the sky above Europe shifted, stars rearranging into patterns defying astronomy. On the ground, survivors emerged, changed. Some spoke of visions, cities beyond the stars, beings offering knowledge or judgment. Others were empty, their eyes glowing green like the gateway. In Madrid, a 15-year-old girl named Lena led a group to rebuild, claiming the signal had chosen her. In Paris, scientist Claude recorded the glyphs, calling them the new Rosetta Stone. I leaned back, staring at Earth's transformed face. Europe was no longer a union of nations. It was a fractured land, touched by something beyond comprehension. The blackout hadn't been an accident. It was a test, a key, or perhaps a trap. Trump's voice, now hoarse, whispered, "Europe, you died and were reborn, but into what?" I'm still here, in the crow's nest, watching Europe's green-lit scars. The Tromsø gateway is quiet now, but the signal hums, faint but alive. Putin runs simulations, spitting out warnings about dimensional instability. I don't need an AI to tell me we're in deep. The blackout wasn't just a blackout, it was a wake-up call, and Europe answered. Stay on Earth if you can. Cling to your lights, your coffee, your Wi-Fi, but know this, the void is watching, and it's patient. As for me, I'm plotting a course to Tromsø's crater, or whatever's left of it. If I'm still breathing, I'll find out what's on the other side. If not, Europe has plenty of graves to spare.